management, or other advertisers. This program is sponsored by Manuchehri.
Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We are live here just outside of Seattle. And I think we do need to start unhooking the hoses. It's getting colder. I mean, really, I thought about that last night. I'm like, oh, I got to remember to unhook the hoses. It's not quite down to the temperature where, you could burst pipes, but it's getting there. I mean, it's getting there.
I think it's preventative maintenance, and I appreciate that. And I think a lot of homes just are smiling and nodding along with us, saying thank you, Marie, for mentioning that. Because, it can be an expensive little thing if you forget about it.
Yeah. So I'll be running around my yard and hooking those things sometime today. And I just want everyone to know that, we have a lot of beings, and this is not unfortunately an isolated event. We have a lot of beings crossing over to the other side, around the world right now. And I'm hoping that you recognize that there are billions of angels assisting in those processes and making sure that no one's alone and that everyone feels safe. And there is a freedom that occurs when people leave their body, believe it or not. And it doesn't really matter what the circumstances are. We as humans, we don't remember that. We forget about it. And it's very traumatic for us living on the human realm. But just know that those who are vacating their bodies right now all over the world, they are being supported and cared for and held by very high vibrational energy that is extremely loving. So I just want to remind everyone about that. And also let you know, I know I've mentioned this before, that it is an honor teaching on the Shift Network. And I was asked again to be part of the Beyond the Veil Summit. And that begins on October 30th through November 3rd. It's free. It's absolutely free. You get to listen to speakers and teachers from around the globe who are versed in the topic and have worked in extraordinary periods of time talking to people on the other side or near-death experiences. So just go to energyintuitive.com and visit the course tab so that you can sign up for this free class. My actual session is November 3rd at 10 a.m. and it's called Death as an Exhilarating Experience. That'll be interesting.
Totally. I couldn't agree more with you. Ready for these phone calls?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Sounds good. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And let's jump things off. We'll travel over to the East Coast in Pennsylvania, where we have Henry joining us. Hi, Henry.
Hi, Marie. How are you?
I'm lovely. Thank you, Henry. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking.
I know you from Facebook, right?
You know me from Facebook and
you work with the Edgar Cayce Foundation.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for all that work. They're an amazing organization.
Well, thank you for your wisdom and your commentary just now about the souls passing over and, going to the place we call home. It's much appreciated by many, for sure.
Oh, of course. What can I do for you today?
Two questions. The first being physical, being the lumbar of the spine. And the second, just a question on mediumship.
Well, you're not going to like what I say regarding your spine, but this is about you doing too much for other people. And I know this is what you believe brings you the greatest joy on the planet. And I don't want to take it away from you, but I think you also need to be mindful of your needs and what's in your highest good, that there needs to be like this constant check-in on both of those things. Like, am I happy? Am I fulfilled? Am I getting what I need? Am I letting people take care of me? That will help your back in extraordinary ways.
Any suggestions as far as what I might want to do medically?
I would wait. If you could reverse this pattern, you may not need to do anything. So, but you'll also have successful outcomes if you choose medical intervention, or greater successful outcomes if you can break this pattern. And notice you have resistance towards it. Like you didn't ask me, oh, how can I set boundaries? I think adopting the word no would be great. It would be fun for you to recognize what your soul already knows, that you will be just as loved and adored and cherished if you say no. And that, everybody has helpers, not just in the human form, whether we're in our physical form or not. We have many, many helpers outside of the physical realm that are assisting us 24/7. And you already know how to be gracious and kind and compassionate. You don't need to keep observing this study. Self-compassion is where you're required to do some educational hours on.
Wonderful. I appreciate that.
Sure.
You're confirming what I sense at a soul level, at not my logical mind, but as we talk about on a gut level. Second question would be on mediumship. There are some problems within the family, and there has been siblings, things of that nature. Any information from the other side, particularly from mom by chance?
Well, is your dad gone too?
Yeah, dad is gone.
Yeah, he's the first one who came to me. I'll talk to your mom. Your mom's kind of sick of all of it, and she's funny. She's really direct and funny, by the way. But and both of your parents are like, oh my gosh, because you're the peacekeeper. You remind me of my I call my little brother, but he's 5 years younger than me. We're all a year apart. I'm the oldest. There's 5 of us, so he might be a few months, a year and 5 months. Separation between all of us, but except for my sister, we're not even a year apart. But at any rate, you remind me of my little brother. He wants everyone to get along. He doesn't like conflict. He's starting to actually get okay with it these days, because we have really cray people in our family, like and so do you. And both of your parents are like, they're saying this to you, not because you want information for the whole family, but they're saying this to you to stop making this your mission. Stop trying to get everybody to come to the bargaining table. And your mom is laughing more about it. Like, I think she's really given up, where your dad is more concerned about you. And both of your parents are concerned about you. They're talking to you. But that you have to recognize that you chose to be born into a family with multiple soul ages. So you're an old soul, and very few of your family members are. And you're trying to help them to raise their consciousness into an older soul vibration. And that takes thousands and thousands of lifetimes for that to happen. And so it's not going to happen. And so your mom's laughing so hard right now. Where your dad is more sentimental in this moment about it, but your parents are asking you to just step aside and let them figure it out. And they also say your mother says they may never figure it out. And the only person who needs to learn to be okay with this is you.
Got it. Give up the ghost, basically.
Yeah, give up something that your family wasn't meant to be that way. Remember, you need to, like right now, what your soul would love to learn is self-compassion. And walking away from strife is a very compassionate act, a self-compassionate act.
Okay. I appreciate that. And you are confirming of what I said previously on a soul or a gut level rather than a logical level. And I appreciate your time. I really do.
Of course. And just one last thing, your dad, because he said he didn't help the family as much as he could have potentially. He knows your mother was more helpful, but then your mother goes, neither one of us helped. It didn't matter what we do. It just didn't help. But then they're giving you a sandwich kiss, both of them. She said, your dad's on your right cheek, your mom's on your left, and they're just squeezing into your cheeks. It's really cute.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Greg, for calling us. Pardon me, Henry from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Henry. Yeah.
Greg is our next guy. I was just jumping so
Okay.
far ahead of everything, but that's okay. So, Greg, welcome to the show. Greg, are you there? Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. What can I do for you?
Hi, Marie. I'm Greg from Atlanta. We had a session last August.
Oh, great. How was it? Was it helpful?
Oh yes, it was. It was very helpful, and
Good.
things have changed a little bit. Was just wondering if my guides have kind of confirmed. If you get a sense from my guides that what has transpired is the correct direction, or just the energy reading.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can hear your guides, the universe talking around you, and they're very proud of you because you have been walking away from things that you were devoted to. Like you would have died devoted to them. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
and it's still hard for you. It's hard for you. Like your soul, or I should say your mind. Your mind doesn't want your soul to abandon anyone. And you're not really abandoning anyone, by the way. But that's what it feels like to you. So they're very proud of you for stepping aside and going, we're not abandoning anyone. We're just choosing our own personal happiness too. So they're very excited. There's a lot of celebratory energy. I can see confetti. You know, it's very celebratory. It's beautiful.
Well, great. Is there any energy issues?
There's a small leak, small, just at almost, it's in the coccyx area, but just at the top of the coccyx. So really lower back, kind of just like where the crack starts on the glutes, right there, there's a small leak. So I would encourage you to appreciate yourself and what you're doing, and that you're on the right track, and that it's okay to choose yourself and be more mindful about whom you surround yourself with. And that you are an incredible being of light, very incredible, and a helper for so many others. And that if you can be appreciative of yourself more and not base your importance on your connections purely, that you'll be more successful. Does this make sense, what I'm telling you?
Yeah. Well, the change that I took after your session, I ended up was in your shift classes, and then was in Suzanne Geisman's class, and found myself in a mediumship circle, and really started almost seeing, and as an artist started seeing faces. So I've really in the back of my mind, soon at some point, try to be doing the psychic.
I think that sounds fantastic. And what a lot of people don't understand, when we work between worlds, it's important to have healthy boundaries, not because of the work you're going to be doing with the unseen world. It's because you need your energy to now expand even further. You need your auric field to be this muscle that can expand really extensively into multiple dimensions. And so you have to tie up your energy here on Earth and not be allowing it to just go willy-nilly anywhere. So
yeah, well, that's what I've been trying
to
do, be mindful of that.
Yes, they're very excited about it. They are commending you on your work. Okay.
Oh. All right, great. Well, thanks a lot. And
thank you so much, and good luck. Good luck with your mediumship adventures. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, thanks, Greg, for joining us from Atlanta, 877-825-8828. And we'll travel a little further down south from Atlanta. We'll hit up Florida, and we have Cheryl joining us. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, Cheryl. What can I do for you?
Hi, Marie. I would love to have a mediumship reading and find out. I don't know. I just kind of am going through a weird time, so I'd like to find out who's sort of hanging around me, trying to tell me something. I feel like I'm moving forward with
good question.
I don't know what.
It's kind of a weird time right now. Anyway, we are days from an eclipse, and we're sandwiched in between two powerful eclipses. So don't be surprised at all by the weirdness. I was talking to one of my assistants because just some weird things that were happening at work, and I go, oh, it's eclipse time. This is normal. And so people need to take more breaks. They need to rest more. This is not a time to really put a lot of hurried energy in your life, this is a time to call in sick or take a break, take more naps, because the light is being shown to us very deeply into our subconscious, into our resistance. And if we can be more awake in this moment and allow ourselves to see the light that's being shined into the darkness of our misperceptions, we can have phenomenal permanent shifts into a higher level of consciousness. So this is a time to rest and go slow and cancel things and not be rushing around the planet. Is your dad deceased?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a dad day, apparently. He loves watching your light on the other side. And I don't think he understood any of this before he crossed over, or he forgot all about it and didn't choose to remember any of it while he was in physical form. But he says he loves watching your light. And he says to you, he's using an endearing term. So my translation may not be accurate because I'm hearing what I basically say to my kids, which is baby cakes. Right. I call my kids baby cakes and, sunshine, love muffins, things like that, and my grandkids. So he's saying something really adoring like that to you. And he says, you let your light up and then you get scared and you suck it in. Because just let it shine. Just let it explode out into the cosmos, because nothing will happen to you. He goes, I know you're afraid of all the excitement that would be attracted to you as you let your light shine, but you actually want the excitement. So he's saying, practice allowing your light to be free.
Okay.
Which is very sweet of him, considering he had no idea what any of this meant when he was in a body.
No.
Right? And not helpful in allowing your light to shine. Not helpful, in my opinion.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah. But he's being helpful now, and now is always what matters. Now, what's happening now. This is what is most important. And he's being very helpful now. He's giving you great advice.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I feel like sometimes, especially if I have, I don't know, certain types of problems, I always feel like I have people or guides or whoever, I don't know who is
everyone does. Everyone does all the time. And that's great that you can feel it. And allowing your light shine means that your vibration will increase, and we become more aware of the non-physical reality when our vibration is elevated, and we maintain that frequency for periods of time.
Yeah, I guess I've been, I've really been working on connecting, like just having a deeper connection with the divine and being like sort of opening myself up. And I feel like that's a really good thing, but I don't know, I sort of don't know where I'm going with it. So it's like,
well, don't let your logical mind
don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but that's good. Don't let your logical mind, learn to manage your logical mind so you don't go down the rabbit hole of trying to understand something logically that isn't logical. Like quiet that part of your mind. You will have better experiences and you will have an understanding of what's going on if you stop paying attention to the logical interruptions, because they're not helpful at all. Okay. I would follow what your dad said. Just keep that light shining. Don't pull it back. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Have a beautiful day. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining the Marie Manuchehri Show, 877-825-8828. And we're going to take our first break of the hour, and we'll be right back with more from Marie. If you want to know how to get in touch with Marie or find out what's on her calendar, there's a variety of ways to do so. You could become Marie's friend on Facebook or even follow her on Twitter. Check out Marie's website. There's tons of new features like Chakra of the Month, a live Twitter feed, and 3 PDFs with extensive exercises for your chakras. You can also sign up for Marie's free quarterly newsletter and also get your questions answered in her Dear Marie column. Simply email Marie your question and she will answer it in an upcoming edition. Marie also will be speaking and signing books. Find out if she'll be in your area on her events page at energyintuitive.com.
Alternative Talk 1150. We're on your radio at 1150 a.m. We're on your HD radio at 98.9 Channel 3.
So many ways to listen.
We're on the web at 1150kknw.com, streaming live audio and video, as well as MP3 archives of many of our shows.
So many ways to listen.
And now, we're on your smartphone or tablet. Download our free app in the Apple App Store or Google Play and take Alternative Talk 1150 anywhere you go.
So many ways to listen.
When you're diagnosed with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, you just want to feel better. Steroids help get my symptoms under control, but they come with problems and long-term risks. I need to look out for my future health. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation changed everything. They encouraged me to take action and even helped me find a specialist. We now have a plan that works for today and tomorrow. Don't put off finding an answer. Spill your guts. Learn more at spillyourguts.org.
Alternative Talk 1150. It's good for what ails you. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA.
Marie, I believe you are muted.
Thank you so much.
You're
Yeah, welcome
welcome.
back to the Manuchehri Show. We are live here just outside of Seattle. And no matter where you live, in the US anyway, make sure you unplug those hoses pretty soon.
There we go.
Maybe not Arizona, although I was in Arizona once in January and it was snowing. So I was there to teach a class and it was snowing and I wasn't prepared. I did not have the right clothes in my suitcase. So I had to, go shopping.
Well, the white stuff did touch down a few days ago here locally.
Oh, really?
It did, Marie. It's already starting, so
Wow.
you can feel it. The
Wow.
frost on the pumpkins. It's all going down.
Oh, no, I'm so excited for Halloween.
I know.
Everybody's dressing up in my family.
Mhm.
So it's going to be super, super fun.
Cool.
And my new shift course is coming up. It starts on November 7th, multisensory mediumship. Learn how to communicate with your loved ones and how to translate the information, how to be in that vibrational frequency so that you can absorb the knowledge. Loved ones only come to visit us to be helpful. And that could be a hug and a kiss, but they also want to offer so much more. So it's a new 7-week live video course offered by the Shift Network. Visit my course tab at energyintuitive.com for more information and to register. It should be super fun. I love teaching on the Shift. It's a lot of fun.
Hugging and kisses are great. They're the gift that keeps on giving.
This is true.
All right. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take now Catherine, who's calling in from the Marysville area. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Marie. How are you?
I'm lovely. Thank you. What can I do for you?
So I have a question. I'm older. I'm trying. All my life it's been unclear to me what my soul's purpose is, and I feel like I'm running out of time. Not physically, just in order to develop and be able to offer what my gifts might be. And there it is. I mean, if that's enough.
Everything you said makes sense. I love that you have the energy for it. And I love that you're trying not to dump it on the chronological age, because please don't. It would be helpful. You don't have to know what it is, but it would be helpful if you could start to feel that you have a wonderful and fulfilling life, that you have discovered your natural gifts and talents, that you're using them in the world, and you love the multisensory world. So it has to be something multisensory, because that's what brings you the greatest joy and passion. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. So we know the topic, it may seem a little general for you, but no more searching outside of that arena. Please don't. And I would start practicing things, maybe with other people, sit with them, see how it feels. Thank the universe for helping you be in alignment with your natural gifts and talents, and start to feel what you really want as if it's already here, even though you don't understand it. The logical mind is only here for certain things. Like Benny had to remind me to unmute myself. That's what the logical mind is for, which is challenging when you're psychically reading, by the way. That's why I have assistants to help me with all kinds of logical things. But what I'm trying to say is, don't let your mind that's kind of shaming you and embarrassing you in some way and being hard on you, don't let that be like, manage that. Don't allow that to be part of your experience, because that's what slows everything down. You know what makes you happy. Now let's go out and experience it. You are right. Whenever we discover what makes us happy, you've won the argument. You now know where your natural gifts and talents lie. Excellent. Good for you. Now let's go out and allow it to unfold. If the logical mind keeps telling you that you're not worthy, you're not deserving, you're not figuring this out, you're getting too old, you're slowing it down significantly. That's what's slowing it down. Nothing more, only that.
And that's my dilemma. You speak of multidimensional, and I just in the last week, not even a week, I became familiar with you, and I've jumped in with both feet.
Great.
And so it's not, but I don't, like you say, to go meet people. I don't. Okay, never mind. I get it. Okay.
Because you could be at a restaurant and someone says something to you, and what if you allowed your spidey senses to come up and you have a conversation that you don't even know you were capable of having? You know, like our logical mind wants to plan it out and organize it, which of course I understand that, because I'm in human form too, just like everyone else that we connect with here on the show. Well, not everyone. And I have trained myself, as all professional, successful psychics and intuitives do, healers, whatever terms people want to use. We train ourselves to ignore our logical mind, to use it when we need it, which is very small in comparison to our experiences in the multisensory world. And the experiences in the multisensory world are more valid, more important, more accurate, 100% more accurate than the logical mind. How does that feel?
That feels lovely, because I've signed up for, I am going to be signing up for your shift course. I'm excited about that.
you.
And I will meet you this coming weekend.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And I've also signed up for a couple of your other courses coming up. So I'm quite excited. And I have always, my whole life has been driven by my cerebral parts. So it's, what you said, it resonates with me, and it's going to be, it's like trying to tame the beast, because so there it is. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. And
yeah.
it's really not taming the beast. It's just you loving and believing in yourself. And I'm so excited to meet you this weekend, because we're going to be at the Deep Dive into the Essence of Your Self-Love workshop in Kenmore, Washington. So I'm very excited. So I'll see you soon.
Yeah, I am too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining the show, Catherine from Marysville, 877-825-8828. And let's take now Carolyn, calling in from the Seattle area. Hi, Carolyn. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, Maria.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I've taken one of your shift courses too, and I loved it.
Thank you so much. And what can I do for you today?
Well, I was hoping you could give me kind of a reading, because last time I talked to you, you said I had like a horizontal line across where my third eye is.
Oh,
kind of
interesting.
wondering what that's about.
Yeah, I don't see, let me put it this way. The horizontal line that was at your third eye is broken up, which is great. And what a horizontal line means in the way that I described for you is kind of a block. And blocks come from fear. You know, blocks are not like, I don't know what most humans think about blocks, but blocks are just fear. Even though we want something, sometimes or many times humans are afraid of their magnificence. They're afraid of their gifts, their abilities. They're terrified actually of being their omnipresence. And so we create blocks. So the block is gone in terms of, I don't see that line right at the third eye. It does extend on both sides of your head, but it's missing on the third eye, which is excellent. But you do have another horizontal line just above the second chakra, which means that spending more time in your emotional body could be extremely helpful for you, because our real emotions have everything to do with our intuitive abilities, our ability to sense outside of the physical realm is exploded when we get into our authentic emotions. It becomes extremely powerful when we get into that place.
Okay. And the best way is just to kind of sit and focus on what I'm feeling, or?
Yeah. So all day long, what I'm doing is I'm ignoring my brain again. Whatever my brain tells me I'm feeling, I question it. I don't most of the time 100% believe it because I know the brain can't feel. And then I get curious as soon as I can take some time out. I rest in my lower abdomen and I find out what I'm really feeling, which is nothing that my brain told me, which allows you to be more intuitive. And you're already working on this. I could see a little glow. It's beautiful. I could see a little glow of fire. You want fire in the belly. You want fire in that second chakra. And I can see it. It's so beautiful. I'm so proud of you. Now your job is to believe your emotions.
Okay.
Your authentic ones. Like, oh, I'm not pissed. Oh, I'm not sad. Oh, I'm actually fine. I was talking to a client last week who's taking also one of my classes, and she was all upset about something. And it was logical, but it was really nothing. It was not a big deal. She has a teenager. It's annoying when your kids are teenagers. At least it was for me. I mean, I even threatened to take one of them to a mental hospital, because, they're so big, you can't wrestle them to the ground anymore. And I couldn't, I was trying to get the car keys from one of my teenagers. They're not teenagers anymore, of course. And she wasn't giving them to me. So I finally, my intuition said, just call T-Mobile and have her cell phone turned off. I had those keys in less than an hour. I had an apology. I had a hug and a kiss. So
that's parent power right there. I think a little bit too.
That was a powerful moment for me. So
parent power.
So let's
one
not.
more
Oh, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
question for a friend. Her tongue has started to become paralyzed.
Oh, interesting.
And she's been researching it, and the doctors, nobody can find anything. But I mean, they're telling her it's going to be fully paralyzed. So she, her food has to be chopped up, and she's learning sign language. And I'm just wondering, have you ever heard of anything that,
I have, but not like it. I've heard about this happening with people with advanced forms of MS or late stage Lou Gehrig's disease, where they can't swallow anymore and they can't talk. But I haven't heard where everything else in the body is working fine and the tongue freezes, right? Like this permanent freeze. So this is going to be about her fifth chakra and about her expressing her truth. So that means that she needs to stop, listening to her mind if she can, and start feeling. You could teach her how to feel her emotions and start to express from that way.
Okay. Thank you. I so
You're
appreciate
welcome.
your show.
Oh, thank you. And I'm sending beautiful light to your friend and her gorgeous mouth.
Yeah, thanks, Carolyn, so much for the call. 877-825-8828. We'll take one more before our last break of the hour, and it'll be Molly calling in from the same city, Seattle. Hi, Molly.
Hi, Molly. Hi, Molly.
You're Molly. No, I'm not Molly. You're Molly.
I'm Marie.
We're all Molly right
That's
now.
funny.
Hi, Molly. What can I do for you?
I was calling in for a mediumship reading.
Ooh, okay. Do you have a fair amount of people on the other side?
I do.
Yeah. Is your mom one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's your mother. Do you have a birthday coming up?
No.
No. Do you have because she's showing me a birthday cake. So if you have a sibling, I'm usually within 6 weeks. So 6 weeks from today or 6 weeks before today, in that time frame, a birthday. Because it might be a female because there's pink icing on it.
Yeah, it's my sister.
Oh, okay. So your mother is here. She loves you both. And she's sending a cake to your sister. And she's wishing, she says that she's had a hard year or a hard couple of years. And she's hoping this new birthday brings some positivity. I believe it will, by the way. But she's hoping that your sister has more joy over this next year.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
You're welcome.
bye.
Have a beautiful day.
All right. Thanks, Molly. I guess that was a little faster than we thought. So.
I know. But that's all she was telling me. And
Totally,
she was so
good.
proud of she was so proud of the cake. She was making sure all the candles were still lit. The icing wasn't melting. She was very much into the cake and wishing her daughter, her other daughter, a joyful year, which is quite beautiful.
Yeah. Who doesn't love cake? I mean, it's the best.
Yeah. I mean, I like gluten-free cake, but
Sure.
yes.
We'll go with that. Yeah. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show, or energyintuitive.com if you want to find more about Marie and all the things she does online. And we actually have time for one more. So let's sneak in. Yeah, let's sneak in Rochelle calling in from Seattle as well. Hi, Rochelle. Rochelle. Hey,
Hi,
Rochelle.
I'm here.
There you are. Hi.
How are you guys
Hi,
doing?
Rochelle. We're great. What can I do for you?
I am calling to find out. I had my labs done recently, and it was back actually probably a couple months ago. And my red blood cells are high, above, like they're above normal. And I've never had that before. I mean, it seemed like it started around 2021 that started to change. And so I know that you talk about how that the blood is about family and your childhood.
First family. So your family from childhood, the family you were born to. But your doctors aren't concerned. I mean, they're watching it, but they're not concerned, correct?
She recommended that I go see a blood doctor just to, you know, just to kind of check it and stuff.
I think that's a good recommendation. A hematologist, a doctor that specializes in blood cells. Great idea. Smart. Yeah.
Okay.
But they're not like making you do it like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess people don't know that when doctors are really concerned, they don't let you go home. You know, they put you in an MRI or a CT scan. You know, they start to run tests. They can put you in the hospital and call in a specialist who can be there in hours. So they're not concerned. This has been happening since 2019. So I'm just saying relax about it. But I'm also saying, yes, this is first family issues. So what is it about your first family that you wish had been different?
Well, I know that since the pandemic, there was lots of shifts from, you know, like just, you know,
you're not answering. I know I'm really direct, and I know some people it freaks them out, but not you. But some people it does. But that's my style because I have limited time, right? And I want to affect as many people as I possibly can. So my question is, what do you wish had been different about your childhood? Not right now, but about your childhood. What do you wish were different?
You know, I don't really know. I mean, I had a lot of freedom. I had a lot of freedom as a child. I actually grew up, I was raised by my father, and I had.
Oh, we lost her. Didn't we? Okay. Well, so I'm going to, I already kind of know the answer. So I'm just going to say it. I would love it if you could allow yourself to create a family where there's a mom. Not that your dad didn't do a great job, but there's a mom who just nurtured you and adored you and did all the cutesy little things. At every age, I would love for you to have that in your energy system. And then I bet we'll see your red blood cells going back to normal and staying there.
Perfect. And Rochelle, if you'd like to listen to that, you can always find that back online after we're done with the show. So you can finish out the reading on your own time. So it's all good.
Yeah, that will be placed on our podcast. You can go to energyintuitive.com and sign up for Podbean, where we have all of them listed. Hundreds and hundreds of shows are listed on that platform.
Yep. There you go. All right. We're at our last break of the hour. So we'll take it right now. We'll be right back with more from Marie. If you want to know how to get in touch with Marie or find out what's on her calendar, there's a variety of ways to do so. You could become Marie's friend on Facebook or even follow her on Twitter. Check out Marie's website. There's tons of new features like Chakra of the Month, a live Twitter feed, and 3 PDFs with extensive exercises for your chakras. You can also sign up for Marie's free quarterly newsletter and also get your questions answered in her Dear Marie column. Simply email Marie your question and she will answer it in an upcoming edition. Marie also will be speaking and signing books. Find out if she'll be in your area on her events page at energyintuitive.com.
As a teacher, I should know the answers, but with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, answers don't come easy. Steroids made my gut feel better, but they brought symptoms and risks of their own. A friend told me about the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, and they helped me find a specialist. We talked through the pros and cons and landed on a new treatment. I feel like the guy with answers again. Don't wait. Make sure you have the latest info and the best plan for you. Spill your guts. Learn more at spillyourguts.org.
Have something important to say? Want to help improve our world? Need to promote your business uniquely and effectively? KKNW is the answer. Our staff helps broadcasters and podcasters create professional sounding audio. Bring your talent and let our experts help you craft a radio show or podcast that best delivers your message. Learn more at 1150kknw.com. That's 1150kknw.com. KKNW, talk variety that's live and local. Make it a great day. Keep your dial on Alternative Talk 1150.
And welcome back to the Manuchehri Show. We're live here just outside of Seattle. And this weekend, we still have some room if you're interested. I am teaching a deep dive into the essence of self-love workshop at the Lodge in Kenmore. It's a beautiful hotel with incredible food. You could go for a walk before or after, or maybe during your lunch break through the gorgeous trails. There's thousands, or I don't know how many acres of trails, but a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a
park.
lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. And there's a lake. You can hike down to the lake. Charles's favorite place. And like right now, as soon as I mentioned it, he's looking at me like, oh, are we going on a hike right now?
You have to say it
knows.
quieter around him so he
I
doesn't get perked
know.
up.
He's so smart. And when I mention the word walk, and if I don't have, everything ready, he sits up and stares at me like, get up right now. Like his life depends on it. And he will not stop staring at me until I,
stops talking about it.
Yeah, until I get up and put his collar on and his leash and my coat and, right, Charles? Is that right? Yeah. He's so cute.
877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Excuse me about that. And let's take out Margo calling in from California. Hi, Margo.
Hello. Let's see if you can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, we can hear you, Margo. What can I do for you?
Well, I would like to see if there's a message from my cousin and or his wife who passed this past year at fairly young ages.
Yeah, I'm so both of them passed?
What's that?
They both passed?
Yes. She passed first, rather difficult circumstances, apparently by herself. And then later he passed. And I think he just did what was necessary. And it was simpler.
Yeah, he loved her so much, and unfortunately, Americans, we're not good at preparing ourselves for death. Yeah. We suck at it, like we're not great at it. Unless someone's 90 and then we're like, okay, they could maybe die now, but people leave at all different stages. You handled it very, very well. The person who came up was really the male energy first. And he just says that, he loves being a part of your family, that he felt very cherished by you and appreciated and valued. And he's having fun. He and his wife are having fun on the other side. Like he said, they both teamed up to do this. Like, you already know, you're so, tapped in. I love it. So they chose to marry each other. One of the reasons, because they both wanted to leave Earth at a young age and travel the galaxy together as a couple. So many times when people cross over, they're not with their human couple person because you're just so different on the other side and you don't feel lonely. Nobody needs to cook or clean or, fix a garage or change oil or mow the lawn. Like, there's not a division of activities that's required. But they came together to have some earthly experiences, but also, and more importantly, to have a lot of fun experiences together on the other side. Isn't that exciting?
That's so cool. It's really beautiful.
It is. And you already knew this. You're dialed in very significantly. Very significantly.
The hard part for me is all the families who don't get these kinds of things.
I know. Well, I feel like I'm speaking to, was it Henry earlier that we were talking to? Yeah. Henry? our first person.
Yes.
Or you're trying to help everyone. Thank you. You're trying to help everyone, and you have to let people be okay with their process or whatever, how they're experiencing it, because you are a great teacher and you can provide wisdom to others, but we can't force people to absorb that information. No matter how much we would love to help them. If it's not helping them, then we need to just kind of back away and take care of ourselves rather than moving into this empathetic place of, oh, I wish their life were different.
Yeah, I think I feel like I've spent my whole life backing away, and maybe I'm in a place where I wanted to help people more, but I need to keep backing away.
Well, actually, no, I'm so glad you brought that up. How about this? And this is for Harry as well. Am I saying the right name? Harry? I'm so embarrassed that I don't remember this name correctly. But how about this? Help the general public, but not your family.
Thank you.
So a lot of healers who work so hard to help their family, and I mean, like, my family does not listen to me. And I don't mean my children, but my family of origin. They could all take my classes for free. They could have energy. Nobody has it. Nobody wants it. And that's okay. That's okay. Like occasionally they have, occasionally. And some of them really need help. I mean, like seriously need help, but they're not asking me. My job is not to help my family of origin. Luckily, my children don't need my help in any significant way. Thank goodness. My job, and people like you, our job is to help the general public. So you can help away, but not your family. Let yourself help the general public. That's going to feed you energetically.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And they will listen and be grateful for your teachings and take it to heart and allow their life to expand in ways that are beneficial for them.
Is that the job of my niece also, to help the general public, not the family?
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct. That is correct. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And your cousin and her spouse are loving you and kissing you and delighted that you can see the truth of their new existence.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks, Margo, for joining the show from California, 877-825-8828. And we'll take now Jennifer calling in from Seattle area. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
Marie, I am calling about my daughter who has been diagnosed with juvenile arthritis and uveitis. And
I'm so sorry. That's a hard one.
If you have any insight there just on the root cause and how best to support her.
Yes. And I'm so sorry. I've worked with a few patients who were adults at the time, but they had arthritis from an early age. So I'm sorry that you're going through that. It is a first chakra disease. So it is about childhood, believe it or not. And, but it's also about learning to surrender and get out of the way and letting go. So when people don't let go, they contract their joints, their ligaments and their tendons, and they create stress in their bones. And so your daughter needs to learn how to let go and surrender. Now, I don't know her, obviously, but there's a couple types of letting go. And I think she's both. Some people are just really strong and stubborn inside, and they're trying to control their environment. Other people are trying to control themselves. And I think she does both, where she's trying to control her environment, and then she's controlling herself to be a good person, which she already is a good person. She doesn't need to control herself or create more rules about, being a valuable being. So learning to let go would be great. I would definitely do things like acupuncture, rolfing. Those are some of the things I would consider. Even serapeptase. I don't know if you've got her on any modern medicine formulas, but if you do, before you do supplements, you're going to have to definitely have them looked at because the medication for arthritis is pretty strong.
Yeah, and I guess we're at that point right now where we're deciding whether or not to go back on immunosuppressants, and I think that's been a hard thing as a parent, to consider. And so
it is a hard thing.
Yeah.
So how old is your daughter, if you don't mind me asking?
She's 6 years old.
She's really young. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
really young. So here's what I would do. As you're putting her to bed at night, cuddling her or whatever your routine is, I would start rubbing her hair, or she wants her feet rubbed, whatever's her favorite. And I would start saying her name, so how I would say it if I were saying it to one of my kids: my daughter Misha is a child of God. Wherever she is, God is. God is all love, harmony, peace, joy, and power. My daughter Misha is immersed in the holy presence of God, and the whole army of God surrounds her. She is watched over by God, her loving mother and father, and she dwells in the secret place of the Most High. I would start doing a prayer. You can do it silently or out loud. And I would also say her name and say that she's getting better and better and better. She's successful. She's healthy. She's happy. And I know for some people who don't like the G word, I hope I didn't offend anyone, but I think it's a very powerful word.
Okay.
Okay. And you'll be able to listen to this podcast. And if that feels good to you, you could do it silently. You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to, but I think it'll attract tons of energy and helpers to your side, because you're fiercely independent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we need to allow all the energies to come in and help you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. We've been working on some affirmations recently, and thank you, Marie. That's really helpful.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And what if questions? What if my daughter's bones are happy?
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll be sending our prayers and love in your direction, of course.
Yeah. Thanks, Jennifer, so much for joining us from Seattle. And I think we, Marie, have time for one more. Let's take Emily, who's calling in from New Hampshire. So hi, Emily. Welcome to the show.
Hi there. How are you?
We're great.
Great. Hi, Emily. What can I do for you?
Hi. I'm just calling. So I have a 5-week-old newborn, and I guess I'm just calling for like general read and somewhat for him. Like we've been having some breastfeeding struggles, and I'm basically exclusively pumping right now, and just wondering like our path forward.
Sure.
Like what will be
Sure. Well, congratulations. And have you seen a breastfeeding expert?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And was it helpful?
It was helpful. I do feel like we've like kind of called in a lot of different specialists in the process, and like he ended up having like a tongue tie, and we had that like lasered. I recently like took him to like some craniosacral work.
Great. And I'm listening to your son, and he says you're doing an excellent job. And what he wanted in this lifetime was to just feel really special and really adored, that people will like break down the door to do whatever is needed for him. And he says, and my family's doing that. But he goes, they would do anything to make sure that I'm fulfilled and happy. So try not to worry. Like, you know what I told my daughters when they were all pregnant, because they all wanted to have a natural delivery, because I had all natural. And I said, it doesn't really matter how this baby comes, as long as both mom and baby are healthy, which you did an excellent job. So it doesn't really matter how your baby gets his nutrition. It doesn't really matter, as long as he's healthy and happy. That's all that matters. And that's the energy I want you to be in, because you like to control your environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I caught the tail end of the last caller. It sounded like I need to listen to that too.
Right. There's kind of a resonance with that. And so that's all that matters. You're providing excellent nutrition for your child, but it doesn't matter how it gets delivered into him. It's just that he's getting it, he's growing, and good job. I would love for you to start saying to yourself, you're welcome. What if I'm a wonderful mother? What if I'm a wonderful mother? I want you to start saying that to yourself all day long.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He's very happy and content.
That's great.
Yeah. Good job.
Any other things that
I have to go, but nothing that I could think of. I would just keep telling yourself you're a wonderful mother, and not be so worried about how the nutrition gets there. Just like, it doesn't matter how a baby comes to earth. as long as everybody's healthy, right?
Perfect. It's true.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, Emily, for
And I
joining the
just-
show. Yep.
Right. And my winter classes are also up. So if you've wanted to take a psychic coaching course or an energy healing course, they're 12 weeks long. I think I only take 30 students for those. And then, of course, my Reiki workshop, which was very successful this year, really fun. I will teach it again in May 17th, so May through May 19th. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the show. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Benny and Jen, and we'll see each other next week.